It was a monster, a behemoth of concrete and steel, standing as a silent sentinel to a time long past. Its presence was both imposing and eerie, a stark reminder of the days when the world was at war. The structure seemed to breathe with a life of its own, its walls whispering secrets of the past to anyone who dared to listen, a concrete and steel monster, half swallowed by the earth. The ground had begun to reclaim it, nature slowly erasing the scars of human conflict. The bunker was partially buried, as if the earth itself was trying to hide the evidence of the horrors that had once taken place within its walls. The steel beams, once strong and unyielding, were now rusted and bent, a testament to the passage of time and the relentless march of nature. We found it on the edge of town, a forgotten relic of a war long over. The townspeople had long since moved on, their lives no longer touched by the shadow of the past. But the bunker remained, a silent witness to the events that had shaped the world. It stood at the edge of a forest, overgrown and forgotten, a monument to a time when the world was a very different place. Vines snaked across its walls, hiding the entrance. The greenery seemed almost protective, as if nature itself was trying to shield the bunker from prying eyes. The entrance was barely visible, obscured by the thick foliage that had taken root over the years. It was as if the bunker was trying to hide from the world, to keep its secrets buried deep within its concrete walls. This was no ordinary bunker, this was something else, something more. The air inside was thick with the weight of history, every step echoing through the empty corridors. The walls seemed to close in, the darkness pressing down like a physical force. It was a place of mystery and intrigue, a labyrinth of concrete and steel that held secrets waiting to be uncovered. The deeper we ventured, the more we felt the presence of the past, as if the very walls were watching us, waiting for us to discover the truth hidden within. We were a team of 3. Sarah, our historian, knew this area well. Mark, our engineer, could spot a hidden door a mile away. Me, I'm Josh Gates, and I live for the unknown. We were here for one reason, to uncover the secrets this bunker held. The air inside was thick with dust, each particle suspended in the beam of our flashlights, creating an almost ethereal glow. It was as if time had stopped, and the dust was a testament to the years of abandonment. The smell of decay was overwhelming, a pungent reminder of the passage of time and the relentless march of nature reclaiming its territory. The wooden beams, once strong and sturdy, now rotted and crumbling, told stories of a past long forgotten. Our flashlights cut through the darkness, revealing long, empty corridors that seemed to stretch on forever. Each step we took echoed through the hollow space, amplifying the sense of isolation and abandonment. The walls, covered in peeling paint and graffiti, whispered secrets of those who had once sought refuge here. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sound of our own footsteps echoing through the tunnels. It was a silence that seemed to press down on us, making every sound, every movement feel amplified. The air was thick with an almost tangible sense of history, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath, waiting for something to happen. It felt like we were walking into the belly of a beast, each step taking us deeper into the unknown. The narrow passages twisted and turned, creating a labyrinthine maze that seemed designed to confuse and disorient. The further we went, the more oppressive the atmosphere became, as if the bunker itself was alive, watching, waiting. We came across remnants of the past, old, rusted machinery that had long since ceased to function, cobwebs hanging like ghostly curtains from the ceiling, and shards of broken glass scattered across the floor. Each artifact was a piece of a puzzle, hinting at the lives that had once intersected in this forsaken place. Faded photographs on the walls, old newspapers scattered on the ground, and a tattered book lying open, its pages yellowed with age, all spoke of a time when this bunker was more than just a relic. It was a place of shelter, of hope, and perhaps even of despair. We pushed open a rusted door, its hinges creaking in protest, and found ourselves in a small, dimly lit room. A single chair sat in the center, its presence both eerie and poignant. It was as if the room had been waiting for someone to return, to sit and remember. On a makeshift table, we found a journal with handwritten notes, a map with markings, and a broken clock on the wall. The journal's pages were filled with thoughts and observations, a window into the mind of someone who had once called this place home. The map, with its cryptic markings, hinted at plans and routes, perhaps escape or exploration. The broken clock, frozen in time, was a stark reminder of the moment when everything changed. As we descended a narrow staircase, the sound of dripping water echoed around us, adding to the sense of foreboding. Each step took us further into the depths of the bunker, where the air grew colder and the darkness more impenetrable. It was a journey into the unknown, where every corner held the promise of discovery or danger. We finally emerged into a large empty chamber, the sound of wind howling through cracks in the walls. The vast emptiness of the space was both awe-inspiring and unsettling. It was a place that had once been filled with life and activity, now reduced to a hollow shell, echoing with the memories of the past. As we took one last look back at the dark corridor, the beam of our flashlight fading into the distance, we couldn't help but feel a sense of reverence for the history contained within these walls. It was a journey through time, a glimpse into a world that had long since vanished, leaving behind only dust and echoes. As we ventured deeper, we started finding things: old maps, faded documents, and then, the symbols. They were everywhere, etched into the walls, scrawled on scraps of paper. They looked like nothing we'd ever seen before. Ancient, alien, unsettling. What did they mean? We stumbled upon it at the end of a narrow passage. A vault. Its steel door was massive, cold, and imposing. Mark examined the lock mechanism. "Complex," he muttered, "but I think I can crack it." The tension was palpable. What secrets lay hidden behind this impenetrable barrier? The vault door swung open with a groan, revealing a sight that took our breath away. The air was thick with the scent of aged metal and dust, a testament to the years this place had been sealed away from the world. As the door creaked open, a dim light flickered to life, casting long shadows across the room. The room was filled with machines unlike anything we had ever seen. These weren't just relics of a bygone era, they were artifacts of a future that never came to be. Each machine seemed to tell a story, a narrative of innovation and mystery. Some were sleek and modern, while others had a more rugged industrial look, as if they had been hastily assembled in a time of crisis. Glowing panels hummed with an eerie energy. The lights pulsed rhythmically, almost as if they were alive, breathing in the silence of the room. The control panels were covered in symbols and languages we couldn't decipher, hinting at a level of technology far beyond our own. It was as if we had stepped into a different world, one where the boundaries of science and magic blurred. This wasn't just a bunker, it was a laboratory. The equipment scattered around the room suggested that this place had once been a hub of scientific activity. Beakers and test tubes lay abandoned on countertops, their contents long evaporated. Microscopes and other instruments stood as silent witnesses to experiments that had been conducted here, their purpose now lost to time. A workshop for something beyond our understanding. Tools and devices of unknown origin were strewn about, some half-finished, others seemingly complete but with no apparent function. It was clear that whoever had worked here had been on the brink of a breakthrough, a discovery that could have changed the course of history. But now, all that remained were the echoes of their ambition and the tantalizing mystery of what might have been. We spent days documenting the bunker and its contents. We took samples, photographs, everything we could, but the more we learned, the more questions we had. Who built this place? What were they working on? And why was it all abandoned? We knew we couldn't keep this to ourselves, the world needed to know, so we reached out. To scientists, historians, anyone who might be able to shed light on this mystery. The response was overwhelming. People were fascinated, terrified, and eager for answers. The bunker is now under government control. They say they're just taking precautions, but we know better. Something big is happening here, something that could change everything, and we're right in the middle of it. The journey has just begun.